Hi, my yarny friends. My name is Crystal, and I'm on here today to tell you where I've been, share with you where I've been for a month and a half, not having any fun, and a small Hobby Lobby haul that I just got last night that I'm excited, a yarn haul, clearance yarn haul, pretty excited. And I got something else that I'll share with you. Um, so I guess I'll share that yarn haul first because there's many of you that don't care about the personal stuff. But every time I'm gone for such a long time, I like to share where I've been and what's been going on. Every time I'm hopeful that I can get back on here on a regular basis because I have so much to share with you that I haven't shared with you. So many things I've made in the past 6 months that I've not got to share with you, and I'm hoping that things are looking up from here. I'm always hopeful. So last night I went out shopping with my daughter-in-law. It was a lot of fun. Sarah, they've moved here. There's a basement apartment they live in, and man, it's just so much fun to go shopping with girls. They're like the daughters I never had. I just adore them. I'm just blessed. I've hit the daughter-in-law lottery, and if my son ends up marrying his girlfriend, my last son who's not married, I literally hit the jackpot lottery for daughter-in-laws. So we had fun shopping, and one of the places we went to was man, I can't get words out, Hobby Lobby, and I found a few skeins, 5 skeins of yarn that I couldn't pass up because they were super duper cheap. So I was excited. I think they just get rid of maybe a dye lot or an old SKU or old prices. Maybe they weed them out. I'm not sure why these were on clearance, but I'm not complaining because I really like all the colors I got. So I will always grab I love this yarn if it's clearance, no matter the color, no matter what, because I love this yarn. And this one, it looks like antique. Yep, this one is antique white. Sorry, there's a cool butterfly outside and I'm squirreling. I'm gonna squirrel one more time. I saw a neon yellow butterfly. I'm like, I've never seen a neon yellow butterfly in my life. It was so cool and vibrant. This one is black. More looks like a big moth. It's Mothra. No. That is a old Godzilla reference, Mothra. So anyway, this is normally $5, and I got it for $1.24. Who's gonna pass up $1.24 for some wonderful acrylic yarn? So I got that skein. And then there was this blue. It's called Soft Blue. And again, it was $1.24. You always can use a light blue. Love it. Then the next color that was there, and this was the last color of I love this yarn. It is so pretty. It's this pink. That's almost true to color. It might be a little more vibrant that you're seeing. It's a little more muted on my side, and it's called Hot Rose. And again, $1.24. I actually thought these three colors go so pretty together and make a really pretty granny square or something. I love it. And then I just had to pick it up. I don't need it, but I always like a low pill fiber. It's Yarn Bee, soft and sleek, chunky, and it looks like a cream. It is called Ivory, and I couldn't pass it up. This is probably a 5. It is a 5. I think I need reading glasses now, guys. Still got a little bit of cough. So yep, it's a 5, but it was $1.24. I couldn't pass up $1.24. But I'm like, what will I have a lot of size 5, so I'm sure there's something that this will go with. The other one I normally wouldn't have purchased because I've given up on blanket yarn, it seemed thinner than blanket yarn, and my daughter-in-law was like, oh, you can make a bee out of it. And then I was like, well, I don't have, this is yellow, and I'm like, I don't have black and blanket yarn. And then I was like, why do we get fixated on, if you're making something with blanket yarn, it only can be blanket yarn. You can mix yarn types as long as they're around the same size. So, you know, I was like, duh, could have had a V8. So I ended up getting it, even though I'm not a fan, but I wanted to try blanket yarn one last time with a bigger hook to see how that worked for me. So I found Baby Bee Snugs and Kisses in Sunny Season. It's normally $7.50. I got it for $1.87. How do you pass that up? How do you pass it up? So I actually did start a bee, and I paired it with Loops and Threads, the Chanel Home Slim in black, and I have to say it's working up just fine. Those two sizes go well together. I thought they would. It's fun to mix the Chanel with the blanket. You know, it gives it a good, you know, just a slight contrast. And I don't know what I was thinking, but you know, I figured it out. I figured it out. And so I'm using a bigger size hook. I'm using a 6.5 millimeter. I first started with a Clover, the plastic one, and it almost goes through. It's terrible. The plastic Clover is terrible. And then I used a Clover Amour, the one that has the gold end to it, and again, it just doesn't glide very well through. And because it doesn't glide well, you have a lot of resistance. And I had fallen a few years ago, hurt my shoulder, and I just can't do that resistance. And so I had this, and this is a lot better. The wood, it's just a lot smoother. I go slower. I still can feel, you know, it's a bit of a tension, but it could just be that I'm weaker because I've just been sick this last year constantly and haven't been doing a lot. But I find that this is way better. My tip to you, if a yarn isn't working, try a different type of yarn. Not style. You don't want the same metal hook unless the other one, unless you go from gold or something, or maybe what is this called? What are these hooks called? If you can use these in metal, that's the only metal that is more slick, probably would glide a lot better, but I can't use those. Are they Odyssey? But that's not the name of them. Furl. But I can't use those furl hooks. I bet they glide real well. I bet, but I don't know. I do have some, but probably not in a 6.5. But my hands are too petite and teeny and weak for those. They should make the furls in a slim line for people with small hands. I have like kid hands, and they're just, yeah, too heavy and big. So anyway, these pair well. I did start this. I have not crocheted. Well, I didn't crochet for like a whole month, and then now I did start something out of a book. I'm on my second project in a book that I've never used before, so that's going to be its own separate video. Excited to share my thoughts on that book, that Amigurumi book. What else I found, I'm going to share with you a couple other items, or just one item, but in different things I found on clearance. This doesn't have to do with, this is just more has to do with crafting, but it's such a good deal. I wanted to share it with you guys. They had glitter on clearance for 99 cents. This is normally $5. And I bought these little baby thing. It was like a 2, 4, 7 pack of these just little different glitter. And I swear it was like, I don't know, $10 or $12 for just these teeny things. Look at the vast difference. So this on clearance is such a great deal. I got 2 of these big ones. They were $1 each. And then they had these little ones that were $1. This one's $1.24. And then some of them were 69 and some 99. I don't know why the difference. So I got this fun color. This one was 99 cents. It has stars and different shapes. This one was 69 cents. And then this one was $1.24. But I mean, even a great deal. And they had other colors that were clearance. Oh, and I got buttons. This does have to do with Amigurumi because it's always fun to put buttons and you can attach it that way. And it was $1.24. And you know, I have a lot of granddaughters and they love hearts. So that's it for my Hobby Lobby yarn haul, clearance haul. Now I'm going to go into where I've been for the past month and a half. Well, I have to say in July was my birthday month and it was terrible. I had a terrible birthday month. So I don't know how long ago it was now, but soon after my birthday's in the beginning of July, soon after my birthday, I got a kidney stone. I knew I had kidney stones. I didn't get one. I had one pass. That's the word. I had a kidney stone pass. I've never experienced that in my life. I didn't know at first that was happening. I was in terrible, terrible abdominal pain. My husband had never seen me like that. He had called 911 because it was horrible. Passing a kidney stone is as bad as labor. I know people say that it's worse than labor, but I think that's just because, you know, for me, labor is like, my last time I experienced it was 26 years ago. So I think it's just as bad if you have really bad labor, which I did, crazy, crazy painful labor. So I didn't know what it was. He called 911 because I was in terrible pain. The ER, it took them forever to get me pain meds. You know, of course, they had to do a CAT scan. It showed that my stone was on the move, that it actually blocked the tube. So my kidney was filling up with urine. I only have one good working kidney. My right kidney's atrophied some. My left is enlarged to compensate it. We don't know how well my kidney function is in my right kidney. Is it 10%, 25%, you know, 0? There's just been a lot of, nobody knows. And so it's a big, big deal for this to happen to me. And at the ER, not until later, until the following week when I finally got to see a urologist, he was not happy that, one, they didn't put a stent to clear that path to help my kidney. And two, they never called the urologist to say, look, she only has one good kidney. What do we need to do? They never did that. I'm in tremendous pain, so I can't be my own advocate. I don't know what's going on. All I am doing is surviving this ordeal. My husband's some people just aren't meant to be a health advocate, and he's just not that person. So, I never knew, you know, that I should have had a stent. Well, he didn't know either. He didn't know anybody with a kidney stone moving, you know. So how would he know? Or to call the urologist. We don't know. We are believing that these doctors know what they're doing. So I'll probably never go back to that ER again, though it's a second ER here in Georgia that I've not been happy with. But, praise God, within 36 hours, that kidney stone did pass, but there's still, after that horrible ordeal, you know, I was very weak. I still had a lot of pain. I had to go on antibiotics. Who knew passing a kidney stone, it scratches the inside and you can get sepsis from it. I don't know if I'm saying that right, because you can get a really bad infection because the kidney stone sits in your kidney and it actually gets bacteria all over it, and then it goes through and it scratches because it's full of these little sharp edges. And so after you pass a kidney stone, you really need to be on antibiotics. So they did that well. They did give me antibiotics for that. And they gave me stuff to open things up so that it would hopefully pass quickly, and it did for me. Some people it takes weeks or months to pass a kidney stone, but for me, by the grace of God, it was 36 hours. So I was on antibiotics. I was still in a lot of pain from just, going through and scratching everything up. And so probably it took a couple weeks for me to recover from that. And then I only had like a few days of recovering from that. Then I got sick. And at first it started out with a mild congestion, mild sore throat. It first started with Lily got sick like on a Saturday. Monday night, Sarah Cureton, he's 5.5 months old, and I got sick, and I'm the one that got the worst. I got a really bad sore throat and with a fever, and the congestion was really mild, but my sore throat got worse and worse and worse until Friday morning I could barely swallow. So I'm thinking I have strep throat. So I go into the doctor, because if you have strep throat, you really need antibiotics. And because you can get rheumatic fever, I think, something like that. Anyway, so I go into the doctor fully believing that that's what I had. No, I had COVID. Who knew a severe sore throat to where you can't even swallow hardly is a sign of COVID? I never heard of that. I mean, I didn't have a cough at that point or anything. Mild congestion, fever, sore throat. And but by Friday I was sick. I mean, I was miserable. Friday night my son said he couldn't sleep. He was so worried about me. He never saw me so sick. By Saturday, this was like 3 weeks ago. So at that time it's probably 2 weeks ago. Anyway, by Saturday my fever broke and my sore throat almost just disappeared. It was the weirdest thing, but then in its place, severe congestion. So then I went from severe congestion, then a few days later, coughing, and then luckily I had within that time I had a virtual appointment with my doctor, because she wanted to check up on me like a week later. And I was like, yeah, I got this cough. It's waking me up at night. I think it's getting better. I didn't really wake up coughing too much. And she goes, well, because it was the weekend, it was Friday, she called me, let me call in antibiotics and steroids. So if it gets worse over the weekend, you don't have to go to urgent care. You can just start this. Well, like the next day, I was like thinking I was finally getting better on Friday, and then Saturday got bad again. So I had to start steroids and antibiotics, and the cough was brutal, and I never get a cough, but I got a cough. And only now am I finally starting. It's probably antibiotics and steroids ended 5-6 days ago. And finally starting to feel better, but it's just been a journey. I feel like I can't catch a break. It just feels like one thing after another, and I just want to be on here with you guys having some fun. But there is joy in the midst of all that. My grandson and granddaughter's here. I'm finally going to see my other grandchildren, because I didn't get to see them for about a month because I had the kidney stone, miserable, then COVID, so we quarantined. And so that's where I've been. I've been sick and more sick. But I'm tenacious. I'm just going to look forward and be like, okay, I can do this. It's over, put it behind me, and hope and pray things get better. So I was looking to see how much time I'm at. So I just want to give you an update. Hopefully my next video is on this crochet book that this amigurumi book that I started making things out of. I'm excited that I started a book that I haven't used before, because I bought more. That's another video I got to do, is how many books have I bought since my Amigurumi book tag. Well, I did do an update once, and now I need to do another update because I probably have 10 more or something. Because I love them. I just need to start using them. And I want to start doing crochet alongs with the books because I find that it inspires me to use them more. So anywho, my voice is starting to hurt, so I better get going. I love you guys. I miss you. I miss you always. I want to be on here. I want to be on here way more than I can say. It's just, it was rough, and hopefully we're downhill from here. Is that how the saying goes? Because last time I said to my mom, hopefully it's uphill from here, and she started laughing at me. She's like, I don't think it's uphill you want to go. So anyway, I would love to know what's been going on with you. What's on your hook? What have you made recently? Do you have like this project you made that you're in love with recently? I'd love to know what that was. And that's it for now. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye.